Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are going to get straight to it and start applying makeup. This is all new high-end luxury makeup and the grand total is over $8,000. A lot of this was sent to me. I will list everything below, but let's just dive right in. The first thing we have to try out is this from CoverFX. This has actually been sitting in my to try pile for a little bit. This is a blurring primer, and they have not always had a blurring primer, and those happen to be my favorites, so I'm really excited to test this one out. Whipped and puffy. It feels a lot like Benefit's Professional. This guy right here is 38 bucks. It went on nice and smooth. It's not as thick as the Tarte primer that you guys know I use all of the time, so we'll have to see how foundation layers on top of it, and I'm actually gonna use the Laura Mercier foundation that I have recently fallen in love with. This is still new to me. I'm still kind of figuring out if it truly is my new number one. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear foundation, and I mixed the shades Buff and Cashew together. This product's $48. I'm gonna try this out actually with a new sponge that I have never used. This is from OFRA. It's the Expanding Makeup Sponge. It's latex free. This is $15. It's a really pretty kind of minty neutral green. I need to dampen this. Okay, I'll be right back. That definitely expands, more so than my beauty blender. That was so weird. It reminded me of one of those little dinosaur pebbles that you could like throw in water as a child. It looks like a little pill, and then magically it's like a T-Rex.
Just like magic.
That's so funny. The expanding sponge. All right, just pressing the foundation in. This gives a nice matte finish, pretty full coverage, and everything else I have is brand new. This next product I don't really know a lot about. This is from Mally, and it just seemed like something different to try. It is the Perfect Prep Under Eye Brightener, and let's just take a look. Ooh, tough to open. You get almost half an ounce in here. It's 35 bucks. That's actually quite expensive, being that it's not a concealer, that it's just a prep product that isn't even for your whole face. It's just for your under eye area. And that is actually really pigmented. Okay, we're just gonna pat this underneath the eye and then go in with concealer. It's not as yellow once I'm patting it on my skin. This is not bad. I just prefer more full coverage underneath my eyes, and I don't know that I want an extra step to get there, you know? All right, you guys, I have these by Terry Stylo Expert Concealer Pens. It's a click stick, and I am so curious to use this. So it's a click stick, but it actually is not liquid when you click it. Do you see? It's an actual stick concealer. Oh, that is very creamy. Okay, so I gotta figure out what shade I'm gonna do here. It says it's a hybrid foundation concealer, so you could use this under the eye, but you could also take it everywhere and kind of blend it out and have this basically be your foundation as well. This is number 3. I have 3, 4, 4.5, and 5. So I'm gonna go with shade 3 and just kind of test drive it and see how this works out. I'm surprised that this is not crazy expensive, because by Terry products normally are. This is actually $1 less than the Mally product that we just put underneath our eyes. So this one is 34 bucks. That actually looks really nice, and I have not used a concealer like this in a long time that almost more so just matches the foundation that I'm wearing and isn't so much lighter and brighter than everything else. So it looks weird to me because I'm used to the other way, but at the same time, I kind of like it. I'm now gonna set my face with this Kumadori Loose Finishing Powder from Japonesque. It says it's an ultra lightweight, super fine, undetectable translucent finish. It's reminding me a lot of your typical HD powders. I'm gonna take the puff that they give you and just press this into my skin. And this powder is 32 bucks. The only issue with these kind of powders is if you're taking flash photos, they usually have a lot of flashback, and you'll see that like celebrity photos where there's like white powder under the eye, and it's from using this kind of a powder. But they do look so beautiful on the skin. Like, it just makes your skin look like velvet. What? I have a breakout. And before I move on to my eyes, I am going to test out from Caudalie. They have these little balms called French Kiss. My lips are chapped right now, so I could use a little TLC. This feels nice. It's not as impressive as I thought it would be. You're really expensive. Why are you not doing more?
I'm French!
From there, we are going to test out this from Charlotte Tilbury. I am so excited. I have had this for about a week and I did not swatch, touch, try any of it, but I do really love her eyeshadows, and to see a full palette is so exciting. The not so exciting part is that this palette is $75. So this is what the outside looks like, and here is what you get. So they're grouped in different eye looks. So you have a day eye, a desk eye, a date eye, and a disco eye, but be sure to break the rules how you want to and use the, shades together that you feel go together. Oh my gosh, my name is on the mirror in here. That's really cool. Thanks, guys. And I am thinking I want to do the desk eye with a little twist, just because these two shades right here are pretty typical shades that I would use. And I just want to see the texture and blend on them. Those are gorgeous. I'm gonna go into that kind of orangey shade with a larger tapered brush, and I'm just going to start fanning this through the crease. I'm gonna take a smaller crease brush and the same shade, fill in the areas that didn't get enough pigment. Blends really, really beautifully. Okay, I am now going to go in that other matte shade with an even smaller tapered brush, and I am going to focus on the outer half of my eye and blend into the crease. So I'm actually going on the lid. Wow, these are blending incredibly. I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk because we're just playing with makeup today. If this looks horrible, then it's just makeup, it'll wash off. So this is new from NARS. This is the Man Ray collection. The packaging is great. It is so artistic and just cool looking. This is one of the shadow palettes. You get 6 colors in here. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and just a little bit of this kind of peacocky shade, and I'm going to basically line my eyes with this. We're gonna see how this works out. And I cannot tell if I love it or if this is a disaster, but when you're doing this kind of a color as a smoked liner, just take your time and build it up. Start with less, build as you go. I actually really like this, so I think this looks really cool using kind of a fun, deeper tone, jewel tone shade for a smoky liner, and I kind of winged it out just a little bit. So this is a really beautiful color that is in that palette. Check her out. I'm gonna go back into the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm gonna take the shade, I don't know what the shade is, but it's from the disco look, the kind of champagne shade. I'm gonna grab it and just kind of press this above on the inner portion of my eye. I really like that a lot. Okay, so moving on, let's line the eyes. I have a gel liner from OFRA. I don't think I've ever tried this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe years and years ago, but I got a PR package from OFRA with a bunch of their gel liners, and I feel like I've never given this a good go. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take an angled eyeliner brush, just grab a little bit of the gel, and I'm just gonna press this into the lash line. I'm not gonna extend it out. I really love this eye look. My concealer is creasing so bad already. It is making me absolutely crazy. And that is exactly why I'm such a slave to the Tarte Shape Tape, because it does not crease. It's one of the very, very few concealers out there that does not crease on me. So I'm just gonna keep with the peacock theme, and I am going to line my eyes with this NARS liner. This again is from the limited edition collection. Look how vibrant that is though. I'm really excited. This is 17 bucks. It's from the Man Ray collection. I'm just gonna pop this in the waterline. I have this mascara that I have never heard of before. I don't know much about this company at all. This is from Kristofer Buckle. This is the dual-ended eyeliner and mascara duo. Have you guys heard of this line? It is not cheap. This is $35. So I think this side right here, the clear side, is to like clean up any mistakes. So that's pretty cool. Once I put on lashes, I might use this to disguise the lash band, just to kind of see how it wears, if it bleeds, you know, all of that stuff. Ooh, I don't like that brush. I am so weird with brushes. You guys know I just got rid of like 100 mascaras and I like brushes that really build up my lashes, so this one looks kind of questionable, to say the least, but we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna go ahead and do this. How do I keep losing my mirror? All right. All right, so far it looks really nice on the lower lash line. It's not building a ton of length or volume on my upper lashes, which are horrible, which is also why I wear false lashes all the time. But that's kind of like a cat chasing its tail, because I feel like the false lashes have ruined my lashes, but then I need them because they're ruined, and it's this whole thing. Like, why? Why? I am gonna pop on a pair of false lashes, and then we'll get back to the face. So I am gonna go over the lash band to conceal things, but while that lash glue is drying, I'm gonna move on to the face. And I have something so cute from Tarte. This is the Blush Bazaar. This is for holiday. It is a $150 retail value. They're selling it for 44 bucks. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? So you get a bunch of Amazonian clay blushes in here, which are very long wearing. I love them. I think you get a highlighter. Feels a little rough. I don't know that I'm gonna use this highlighter today, but I am gonna go ahead and use a few of the blushes. I'm gonna use Skillful, a nice deep toned pink. Wow, I am noticing there is quite a bit of fallout from the NARS. So you can always use whatever makeup sponge you have on hand. If it's dampened and you've used it for foundation, it can in many ways be your magic eraser. You know, try dusting off any excess with a brush first, and then go in with a sponge and kind of pat everything down. Alrighty, now we are moving on to a little NARS. They have a full collection, a bunch of stuff just launched, and look how cute this highlighter is. It has little lips on it. It's a beautiful champagne shade. So we're gonna go in with a fan brush. I just went on the floor. Okay, we're gonna go in with, let's do like the focused highlight. This is a really cool brush. This is from Smashbox, and this is the Precise Highlighting. So yeah, we'll do that instead. It's a very wet looking highlight. The shade is really pretty. And just to kind of bring everything together, I did just pat just a tiny bit on the lids. I think that looks really nice. And we're ready to move on. I don't have a bronzer. How did this happen? I do have my BH Cosmetics contour palette that I've been obsessed with recently. I'm gonna use this just to shape my face a little bit, give a little bit of contour, and then we'll move on. I know this is old, I get it. All right, it is time to move on to lips, and I have a couple of really exciting things. This weird little guy right here, Confession Refillable Lipstick Set from Hourglass. This is $54. These are little refillable wands for lipstick. This is just, this looks like a weapon. It's so strange. So this is from Hourglass. This is one of their new lipsticks that they have launched. And what's cool is you buy the actual case, and then you can purchase the refills, which are very slim and tiny. It's very petite. Not so sure I love that you don't get a ton of product in the lipstick, but I do really think that the applicator and the design of it is beautiful, it's elegant, and it's kind of cool that you can take the color in and out and kind of buy a bunch of shades and just have that one wand. If you're into that kind of thing, I think it's pretty cool. So let's see what the quality is like. That is stunning. It is creamy. It feels luxurious. It's not settling into any lines, even though my lips are super dry right now. So the other two shades you get in this kit, ooh, you get this kind of pretty, even more pinky nude shade. I really like that. And then you get another pink shade. Makeup Forever just launched more colors of their liquid lipstick, and so many people are obsessed with these that I wanted to try one out on camera. I'm gonna give you guys swatches of all of the new shades. I have 205 in my hand, which I think kind of goes with the whole flow of my look right now, with the blush being kind of this pinky tone. So I'm gonna stick with this one, but they do have a purple shade, they have some reds, they have a brown. I mean, they're really fun shades. The first launch they had was more pink neutral, and now they've expanded it. Dang, that is very pigmented. I'm not really a fan of the scent of these. It smells like baby doll. Like when you open up a new Barbie package or like that plastic kind of floral scent. Look at that color though. It's so saturated and matte, but these go on and they have kind of a whipped initial texture and they almost feel oily, but then they settle down to a complete matte. It's a very comfortable liquid lip, and I think the new colors that they have are really awesome. My lashes have dried. I am going to kind of conceal the band just a little bit with this liner. And I have no clue what this is. I already penciled in my brows because I didn't think I had a brow product, but then I remembered that I do have this. Oh, I've seen this kind of a thing before. Okay, so this is cool. It has a powder on the top, and then you have a brow pomade on the bottom and a brush built in. So that's kind of neat. I will go ahead and set my brows because I usually take a pomade on top of my pencil. That is very firm. Okay, we'll try it anyway. Grand finale time, we have a lip topper from Tarte, and the cool thing about this, you guys, it actually has like little rhinestones on it. I like the effort, but there is something that looks like kids' makeup to me with this, right? I mean, there's a part of me that's like, ooh, shiny things, and another part that I'm like, this is not sophisticated. So this is one of their holiday launches, but I did want to see what the actual lip topper would do on top of a matte lip. So be prepared. I think we might be ruining the look, but we're just gonna do it for the sake of trying things out. That smells really good. I like this more than I thought I would. I thought it would be like a weird gold, but it actually has kind of like a purple iridescence in here along with the gold. This is really, really cool. I kind of love this. I can already tell what I like and what I don't, but you guys love a good wear test, so I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna keep this makeup on as my makeup for today, and then I will sit down at the very, very end of the day and let you guys know what wore well, what didn't, what my favorites were of all of this new stuff that I tried out. So I will see you guys in a little bit. It is about 9 or 10 hours later, and I have worn this makeup all day long. For the majority of the day, it did look really, really nice, but I'm sitting here now and I'm like, oh my gosh, when did it all turn to crap? Because recently I also tested out a bunch of drugstore makeup, and it all performed, for the most part, really, really well, and this just looks horrible now. I mean, look at my eyeshadow. Like it's doing a lot of things that I don't want it to do. It's definitely creased a lot. We're gonna rapid fire through this, all right? I enjoy this little guy so much. I think from Tarte, this blush kit is a great deal. The blush is actually still nicely just blushing my cheeks, and I enjoy that. So Tarte Holiday, A+. I think the NARS products are really great. You know, I did enjoy the teal kind of smoky eyeliner thing that I did, and I do enjoy it. I think they did a great job with this new collection. This highlighter is really beautiful. I don't know that you have to have it in your collection. If you have something similar already, pass on it. But if you need a good, beautiful champagne highlight, there's nothing wrong with this one. It is gorgeous, and it has stayed put on my cheeks all day long. Of course, the Laura Mercier foundation, you guys know I am loving this. However, using my Tarte primer underneath it and then locking it in with a little Coty Airspun powder has been the perfect combo. So today, it does look like it's wearing off a little more than I would like it to. So sadly, I'm not the biggest fan of the Cover FX blurring primer. It's not that it's bad, it's just that I like something else better, you know? This mascara duo thing, I don't like it. The brow product though, I will be playing with that more because I do feel like my brows stayed intensely colored all day long and in place, and I do enjoy that. This French Kiss from Caudalie, nothing that exciting. Again, these shadows here from NARS, really freaking beautiful. Like very, very pigmented, very rich. If you need some nice jewel tones, they did a good job. There is some fallout though, so make sure if you are blending really hard and layering up color that maybe you do your eyes before your face. That was a small issue. Not gonna be using this again from Mally, the Perfect Prep Under Eye Brightener for 35 bucks. I think it's overpriced for what it does. I don't like it. The OFRA sponge was surprisingly good. This is one of the closest dupes to a beauty blender that I have come across, the expanding sponge. It has the same kind of cushy texture, which is really nice, and it's not as expensive as the beauty blender. The gel liner, just not for me. It's a little bit too whipped and a little, like it has a little too much movement. I like a firmer gel eyeliner. The By Terry concealer is going bye-bye because my under eye was creasing and just did not look good all day long. I feel like everything through here is just like lines, 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 and it's just not for me. I think the Makeup Forever liquid lip is so good. I ate lunch and dinner, and there's still a lot of color here. Is it perfect? No. It is not, but I have not touched it up at all. And also keep in mind, I did put a gloss on top, which will always make a liquid lip move around a little more, you know? The loose powder, this is not my fave, don't love it. These kind of powders, the only one I really love is the Urban Decay Velvetizer. The rest of them usually just do not hold my makeup the way I want them to. This right here, I'm gonna have to play with this more. Did I do something wrong? I don't know. I think maybe you absolutely need an eyeshadow primer with this because my eyes are so creasy. They never look like this at the end of the day. So I'm gonna give it one more shot with an eyeshadow primer and I will let you know, but I think 75 bucks for an eyeshadow palette that creases this much. That tells me there's a lot of oil in the product and it's just not as long wearing as I need it to be. And I know I have other palettes that are very long wearing, so that's kind of a, I don't want to hate it because I love Charlotte Tilbury. I love her as an artist and I want this to work for me, but today, clearly it did not work for me. This purple liner from NARS, I think you could get something at the drugstore. You don't have to spend 17 bucks on a purple eyeliner. It stayed put, it didn't like smear or anything like that, but it's, if you're gonna spend your money on the collection, get one of the compacts, get one of the, you know, eyeshadows or face products that they have. The liner is kind of, yeah. I almost forgot to mention this right here from Tarte, Tinsel. This gloss I actually really love, you guys. It did not stay on that long, but when it was on, it was magical. You're kind of tacky packaging wise, but I like it and I will continue using this. So a lot of these products I was not impressed with. This is a first impression, so a few of them I will give a second chance and I will update you all on how they work out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this nonetheless, and I will continue doing try on first impressions with a ton of stuff, mostly because I get sent so much in PR. It's nice to sit down and just create a look using it all and just kind of tell you how it goes during the process of trying things out for the first time. And sometimes it doesn't always work out, and that's why I sit down at the end of the day and show you my creased eyeshadow and concealer. So if you like taking a look at makeup this way, give the video a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a good one, whatever you are doing. I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.